The Lakers just took Game 1 after Luka Dončić went to Spain for treatment. Austin Reaves in street clothes and half the basketball world already writing the obituary. That should scare Houston. It also doesn't mean the series is over. That's what makes this matchup fun now. Los Angeles punched first while missing its two highest scoring guards, while Houston showed up without Kevin Durant after he hurt his knee in practice. So the opener told us something real, just not everything. For those who aren't subscribers yet, because this is the sort of series where one game can trick people into saying something reckless. And I'm trying not to do that 5 minutes after the buzzer. Game 1 felt simple on the surface. The Lakers played cleaner. The Rockets played tight. Los Angeles moved the ball, got enough from LeBron James as a creator, got a big scoring lift from Luka and kept Houston chasing the game. By the time the result was basically in hand,
comes the double team, smart extra pass, Kennard fake, Kennard fire, Kennard hit, Low Kennard a three-pointer.
the live box had Kennard with 27 points on 9 of 13 shooting, LeBron with 13 assists, DeAndre Ayton with 19 points and 11 boards, and the Lakers up 88-69 in the fourth. Houston, on the other hand, was sitting at 37% from the field, while Reed Shepherd and Amen Thompson were taking on way more offensive responsibility than Ime Udoka probably wanted in a playoff opener.
Make him the focal point. We haven't given the Lakers defense enough credit for how well they've played against the Rockets.
That's the first thing I took from this game. The Lakers did not win because they found some magic secret. They won because they made Houston play half-court offense without rhythm. When your opponent shoots 37% from the field and spends the night looking annoyed at every miss, you don't need fireworks. You need composure, a few timely threes, and LeBron James remembering that he still sees the floor 2 passes ahead of everybody else. The Rockets looked like a team that expected the wounded Lakers to fold early. Instead, they got a team that treated every possession like rent was due. And honestly, this was always the shape of a Lakers win. Without Luka and Reaves, this team doesn't have the luxury of winning pretty. They need the game ugly in the right way. Fewer turnovers, better box outs, more discipline. JJ Redick flat out said before the series that taking care of the ball and boxing out would decide it, especially against a Houston team that led the league in total rebounds per game and defensive rebounds per game during the regular season. In Game 1, the Lakers were the ones who looked sharper. That's why Houston, being the younger, deeper, healthier team, didn't matter as much for one night. Now let's get to the injury cloud, because that's the whole series. Luka's dealing with a grade 2 left hamstring strain, and he went to Spain for multiple injections before returning to Los Angeles ahead of the opener. Austin Reaves has a grade 2 left oblique strain, with a reported 4 to 6 week recovery window. Redick said both were out indefinitely and had no update for this week. The Associated Press also reported the severity of Reaves' oblique strain makes it likely he misses the whole first round, with Game 7 on the current schedule set for May 3. The practical hope is survive long enough to maybe see him around the second round window. That's a brutal sentence for the Lakers because Reaves averaged 23.3 points this season, and he was a huge part of what made their offense breathe.
Reaves splits the defense, the floater in the paint, it's good! At the buzzer! Austin Reaves does it again! Wow!
Luka and Reaves together averaged 56.8 points, 13.8 rebounds, and 12.4 rebounds per game when healthy. That's not something you patch with hustle and nice vibes. So yes, the Lakers got Game 1. They also still have a giant problem. They need LeBron James to function like a full offense at age 41 for multiple games against a team built to hit, rebound, and keep coming. You can survive that once, maybe twice. Doing it 4 times is where the series starts asking for a miracle. LeBron can still orchestrate. He can still slow the game down and put defenders in jail. He can still hunt weak links. He just shouldn't have to carry this much creation burden in late April. That's where Luka's absence changes the whole math. Houston has its own injury context, and I do not want to skip that just because the Lakers won. Kevin Durant missed Game 1 with a right knee issue after getting hurt in practice. Though Reuters reported medical scans showed no structural damage and the Rockets hope it's limited to 1 game. That changes everything. A healthy Durant gives Houston an adult in the room offensively, somebody who settles the possession down, punishes switches, and stops these weird scoring droughts where everybody starts dribbling like they're trying to solve a Rubik's Cube. If he's back quickly, the series gets harder on Los Angeles in a hurry. That's why I'm not overreacting to the opener. If you only watched tonight, you might talk yourself into Lakers in 5. Calm down. If you only look at the injury report, you might talk yourself into Rockets in 5. Calm down again. One playoff game is basically a loud argument, not a verdict. Houston still has more shot creation available once Durant returns. They still have more young legs. They still have the rebounding identity Redick was worried about. They still have Amen Thompson, who can wreck stretches of a series even when his scoring looks clunky. They still have Şengün, and I'd be stunned if he stays that quiet by his standards for long. Still, the Lakers absolutely changed the emotional temperature of this matchup. Houston came in as the healthier, deeper team. The Lakers came in looking like a hospital ward with a logo. Lose game 1 there, and suddenly the Rockets are not dealing with a routine first-round series anymore. Now, every miss gets louder. Every empty half-court possession gets uglier. Every LeBron burst feels heavier because they already let the short-handed team believe. That's why home court mattered tonight. The Lakers did not just protect it, they dragged Houston into the type of game and made the Rockets uncomfortable.
Smart against Shepard. Inside to James, kicks it out, Hachimura, corner 3.
I also think this opener reminded people how dangerous in the playoffs. Luke Kennard wasn't trying to become Luka for a night. He played his part. Rui Hachimura played his part. Aiden gave him size, finishing, and boards. Marcus Smart gave him edge. Vanderbilt gave him dirt under the fingernails possessions. That's how a short-handed team steals one. Nobody tries to write poetry. Everybody does the small, ugly jobs, then LeBron glues it together. So, how do I think the series goes now? If Luka doesn't return in this round, and if Durant comes back by Game 2 or Game 3, I still lean Rockets in 6. I think Houston's size, depth, and ability to wear on the Lakers over time will eventually show up. I also think the Lakers' offense gets too thin once you ask LeBron to solve the same puzzle every other night. There are only so many counters when Reaves is out for the series and Luka went overseas for treatment. That burden catches up to you. If Durant has a setback and misses multiple games, then this gets weird. Then I can see Lakers in 7. Then the whole thing becomes a war of survival, and that favors the team with LeBron and the calmer late-game decision-making. Houston's talent edge shrinks fast without Durant because now the Rockets need too many clean possessions from players who are still learning what playoff basketball feels like when the defense knows your favorite move already. That's why my prediction is Rockets in 6, with one huge warning label attached. The Lakers already proved this is not going to be comfortable for Houston. They already proved the Rockets do not get to win just by showing up younger and healthier. They already proved LeBron can still turn a playoff game into an IQ test. That matters. And here's the piece I keep circling back to. The Lakers do not need the series to be fair. They need it to be alive long enough for the calendar to matter. Because Luka went to Spain for a reason. Reaves has the kind of injury that points more toward May than April. If Los Angeles can drag this thing out, if they can make this messy, if they can split the next 2, suddenly the series stops being about who looked better on paper and starts becoming a clock race. Can Houston finish them before reinforcements show up? That's the real pressure after Game 1. The Lakers stole the opener. Houston still has the better long-term setup in the series. And now the Rockets have to prove they can handle a little panic. So my pick stays on Houston in 6. Though my confidence in that pick got lower tonight.